With one season left to go on his contract, should LeBron James get a trade from the Lakers? When LeBron James went to the Los Angeles Lakers, many people thought it would be the return of Showtime, meaning that it would be the beginning of another dynasty for the loved, hated franchise. Instead, they got a near revolt from most of the team in Season 1. Season 2 was the pandemic and bubble playoffs, and while LeBron did win the title, it was hardly without an asterisk. And years 3 and 4 were the Lakers going out early in the playoffs, or not being there at all. So, is a trade in the works to make him happy before he leaves on his own? State of LA. The Lakers need to make a drastic move if they want to win another championship with LeBron James. Whether it's trading for Kyrie Irving or other players. If they don't make changes, things could get awkward quickly. How bad would things need to get for LeBron to follow in Kevin Durant's footsteps and become the next star to request a trade? KD recently met with Nets owner Joe Tsai and reiterated his desire to be traded, while adding an ultimatum if he were to stay. The stalemate is being felt around the league. Durant is currently holding up a Donovan Mitchell trade from the Jazz, and unless KD is dealt, LeBron won't get his wish to trade Russell Westbrook for Kyrie. Meanwhile, James met with the Lakers to discuss his deal and learn the direction of the team under new head coach Darvin Ham, according to Yahoo's Chris Haynes. James only has 1 year left on his contract and is yet to sign an extension, though he's eligible now to re-up for $46.7 million in 2023-24 with a player option for 2024-25 worth $49 million. He would likely extend until just 2024, the year his oldest son, Bronny James, can enter the draft. There's no rush on an extension. LeBron has until June 30th, 2023 to sign it, meaning the will he or won't he debate could loom all year. The Heat and Cavs previously dumped everything they could to bolster their rosters around LeBron, whereas the Lakers have been more reluctant to empty the rest of their cupboard by giving up both their 2027 and 2029 firsts. If Irving can't be acquired because the Nets decide to keep him, the Lakers could try to turn to Miles Turner and Buddy Hield from the Pacers, or other combinations of players such as Jordan Clarkson and Patrick Beverley from the Jazz. The Lakers don't resemble a championship contender right now, so LeBron should hold off on signing an extension until the roster improves, or until he knows where his son is going to go and not go. Hopes versus reality. LeBron said in 2020 he wants to be a Laker for the rest of his life. In 2021, he said he truly hopes to be with the Lakers for the rest of his career. But in 2022, he still hasn't re-signed. He loves living in Los Angeles, he says. It's home now for his family. It's where his business is. It's 12 months of great weather. It's the Lakers. If he can win here, it would add to the team's storied legacy of 17 championships, tied with the Celtics, a potential finals foe in 2023 or 2024. If LeBron can get through the Warriors and then the Celtics or anyone in the East, it would bolster his legacy. But right now, the Lakers don't look like the best team to write the final chapters of his basketball career with, unless they dramatically improve. Not to mention, he's been injured in 3 of the 4 seasons he has been with the Lakers, and the only reason he didn't get really injured in the pandemic year was because of the massive layoff that happened until the bubble playoffs could be set up. So everyone was playing fresh there, more or less. Short of a big move or a massive synergy boost that they didn't have last year, LeBron will waste away another great individual season, one worthy of a chance to make a finals run. At 37 years old, he doesn't have many years left. Even if James somehow ends up producing well into his 40s like Tom Brady has in the NFL, he's still approaching the end of his career. LeBron said on TNT earlier this year that he thought he became the GOAT after leading the Cavs to a 3-1 comeback over the Warriors in the 2016 Finals. A bold statement, if an incorrect one, given that Michael Jordan never needed to come back from such a thing in the NBA Finals, and he's never lost an NBA Finals, while LeBron has lost 6, 2 of which were sweeps. Just saying. The approval of others should not matter that much to LeBron, but the public is who will ultimately write his story, especially since there is so much of it to write, both good and bad. For years, those who say Jordan is the GOAT have knocked LeBron for not matching MJ's competitive spirit. They feel that Kobe Bryant always came closer to channeling Jordan. LeBron dubbed himself the GOAT and said he has nothing left to prove. With so much left to give, if he slows his pursuit of titles as he nears the career finish line, one of his closing chapters will tell a story of unfulfilled potential. Or another way of looking at it is if he tries to hang on to be with his son, then the goal is never about being the best around. And that definitely makes him lesser than Jordan, who always strived to win. Even in his Wizards years, he strived to win and was furious when he couldn't make it happen one more time. Pushing through. If the Lakers don't do everything they can to build a title contender around LeBron, or if they try to do so and fail, he should leave for basketball reasons. Family, business, and the joy that comes from living in Los Angeles might outweigh the desire to bolster his legacy in a new city. But there are still chapters to be written that involve him winning on the court. Fair or not, many people see James as a tier below Michael Jordan in the GOAT debate. The way he's handling his closing years compared to Tom Brady is one of the reasons. Jordan simply has more rings. Should LeBron really be slowing up as he nears the finish line when he still has gas left in the tank? LeBron played at an MVP level last season despite playing less than 60 games. But the rest of the team has a lot to prove for him to have any chance at winning the award for a fifth time and for the franchise to make a deep playoff run, or frankly to make the postseason at all. Remember, they were way below 500 last year and honestly weren't even close to the playoffs, even with the play-in tournament. With Westbrook failing to meet expectations last season, LeBron needed to absorb more shot creation, which led to him averaging his most points in more than a decade. Westbrook kept jacking numbers, stopped screening, and rarely cut. Meanwhile, LeBron was forced to play center for a long midseason stretch because Anthony Davis was absent. LeBron did it all. Russ didn't try to evolve because he can't or is unwilling to adapt, a skill that his own teammate James put on display right in front of him all season. Until Westbrook is traded or evolves into a more useful player, and until Davis can stay healthy enough to be more like the 2019-20 version of himself, the Lakers will go nowhere. Making the right team. Make no mistake, while LeBron was an all-star last year, part of the reason for his team doing bad was because he asked for the wrong teammates to build around him. He was the one who wanted Westbrook, wanted Anthony, and others. And look how that turned out. And so, the rumors of him getting Kyrie Irving back on his squad are curious because, if you recall, him and Kyrie didn't end things well in Cleveland. Not to mention, Irving is one of the most unreliable stars in NBA history. So LeBron asking for him might doom him once again. So, should he ask for a trade? Well, say what you will about LeBron, he tends to stay to the end of his contract, then make a move. So if that means just waiting out this 1 year so he can be with his son elsewhere, yeah, he'll do that. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at the ways that LeBron will find a way out of LA? Or whether he'll stay and just live out the rest of his contract? Do you think LeBron will stay? Or will he go in your mind? What will his leaving another team do to his legacy? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.